Welcome to the first episode of the universe. I'm Devdibs. Today we got a special guest in the building. To my left, we got Realcity Paco.
Yeah.
What's good, my guy? What's good? How's it going?
I'm good. I'm blessed, bro.
For sure.
I'm
How
happy.
About, through the times like the coronavirus and all this shit, how you doing?
Yo, we
You
gotta
good?
keep our distance and everything, you know. I mean, I have my say and stuff like that, but like it just feels good not to have a mask right now.
Yeah, for sure.
But
I think we're good.
we're
you
blessed, you
know.
know.
For sure.
Yeah.
So, how'd you get into rapping? Like,
Honestly, man, I got into music like at a really young age. I'd say like it was in elementary actually, you know, like I wasn't doing too good, so like the teacher's like, okay, you know, punition, I'm gonna have to make you do a poem, and I'm like,
a poem?
yeah, I had to write a poem, and I'm like,
For sure. I remember those days, bro.
So then I wrote a poem, and then it was in French and everything, and then surprisingly, like the teacher was feeling it, and then he was like, yo, why don't you just continue? You know what I mean? Then I'm like, I wasn't good at talking French like that, so I said I'm gonna write it in English. But like, you know, you grew up. Like at the time I was growing up in Côte d'Ivoire in Uptown, and you know, like it's a very urban community, and it's like hip hop is all around, you know. So it's like you catch on right away. Plus, like I had like, you know, my uncles and aunts playing that, you know, the '90s hip hop and R&B.
100%.
So it's like
the good stuff.
You hear them getting ready to their shit.
Yeah.
You know, I remember my uncle. Like I would wait until he would leave, and then I would go and sneak in his room. I'm like, oh, like I look at I see the DMX album and Wu-Tang, and I'm like, I put that shit in, and I blast it, and then he forgets like something like his keys or something, and he's like, he sees me in his room, like,
what the fuck,
you know, what are you doing, you know?
Oh shit,
and it's
crazy,
like that. You just end up loving the culture afterwards, man. You know.
Where'd you get your name from?
Yo, man, I started off like Paco. For me, like that's my nickname. That's my grandma gave me that. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And I remember like I would go through so many different rap names. Just before Realcity Paco, I had like Paco Escobar, you know?
That works though. That kind of works.
It works. It was cool, you know?
Works.
But then I, you know, as an artist, I was thinking to myself, like, I want people to remember me, you know what I mean? Like, I don't want it to be where if you Google my name, they're going to say, did you mean Pablo? I'm like, nah, man.
Okay, yeah.
It has to be you know what I mean? Like,
That's
you have
true.
to have full ownership of your name, your brand. And I told myself that, okay, like, yeah, it's always been Paco, but I'm like, I wanted to add a little flavor to it, you know? Yeah. So I said, you know what, I'm going to put Realcity, put MTL on the map, bro, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Man.
You grew up in MTL your whole life?
Yeah, whole life.
Born and raised?
Born and raised, bro. You know, Uptown, DG, and then I moved to the West. You know, I did a lot of my growing up there in the West, you know? So
okay.
Shout out everybody
like the
there.
West Island?
Yeah, the West Island.
Oh, shit, okay.
So shout out everybody down Pierrefonds, you know what I mean? 6'8", you know? And, yeah, man.
That's awesome. Stills.
Hold up. Sorry.
Hold up.
It's like, man, these group chats, bro. It's like
the groupies.
No. I had the group.
I'm kidding.
The group chats, bro. Like I had to mute it because, like, for a while, it's like you and your homies, you're there, like you're sending each other's messages and stuff like that. But I'm like, I'm trying to put my daughter to sleep, bro.
Yeah.
And then it's like, beep, beep. I'm like, shut the fuck up. You know?
Just mute that bitch, dog. Airplane mode. You're good.
Yeah.
What were your influences growing up?
Like in terms of artists?
Yeah.
Like
what'd you listen to growing up?
Really a lot of like hip hop and R&B, but like also like a lot of oldies, you know what I mean? Like, and I feel like because of like my parents' influence listening to like, you know, certain oldies type music, you know, like in the 60s, 70s, when they would listen to stuff like that, then you would hear like certain samples in hip hop. Yeah, you're like, boom.
Yo, it comes from an old ass
you know
track.
What I mean?
You're like, hell yeah, for sure. There's a lot of good songs you could actually sample.
Yeah, man.
And no one's even touched yet.
Yeah, like hip hop and R&B, like they do that a lot of stuff, man. Like I remember there was one record that Janet Jackson did one time, and then just the melody of it, I was like, yo, I know this from somewhere, and it was from a old what do you call it? An old rock band called America that my dad was listening to. You know,
I'm pretty sure I know of America still.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I've been through the horse. I've been through the desert with a horse with no name. That's that song, you know.
That's crazy. You could really sample anything though, from like rock, to jazz,
man.
The old rap songs, everything. It's pretty crazy.
When you hear music, it's like I like listening to music also where like you don't understand the language per se. And like when you listen to it, you're like, okay, I gotta listen to his emotion through his voice. So what is he saying? You know?
Yeah, for sure. You catch the vibe almost.
You catch the vibe, but like, you'll never understand what the fuck he's saying.
Yeah.
But you catch the vibe where it's like, all right.
That's so true though. Yeah, I listen to Spanish music a lot, and I never understand what they're saying. But I'm always like grooving. You know, they're talking about like love or something. Like, it's actually crazy stuff.
Yeah.
It's the language everyone understands. Music?
Yeah.
Still, everyone fucks with music. At least some sort of music, you know? Yeah. Which is crazy.
Like I was watching I Am Legend with my son the other day.
That's a good movie.
And when they were talking about the whole, like how he was saying like Bob Marley was like, he wanted to unite the world with music, like have peace with music. And I told him like
that could be a way.
Sometimes like I'm there with my kid, I'm like, yo, pause. There's a message. Rewind.
You have to do that though. That's great to do, still.
Yeah, man.
Show the young ones like that. The messages through the movie, stop it. That's actually, I never thought of that. But
like I feel like this generation now for kids, like my generation, like we had parents where it's like, okay, you go out, you get a job, that's it, that's all, and you retire. Like, nah, man, I'm not about that. Like, I want to like break the cycle. So like with my son, like anything I do, like if I'm fixing something, like I tell him like, come here, you got to see how I do this, because like one day I'm not gonna be there, and then you're gonna be stuck with it. Yeah, so it's true. Like, you know, like me growing up, like my dad used to be like, yo, he's a good dude, but old school. He's like, yo, get out of here, kid. You're gonna get hurt. Get out of here. Go play with your toys or some shit. You know, like no, my son, I gotta show him like, yo, this is how you do it. You know?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, it's definitely good to break the loop. You know?
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to do. Fuck, like shit. My parents are the same way.
Yeah, like
old school as fuck.
Old school.
Get a job and just keep at it.
Nah, man, they gotta teach them like the route of like doing it yourself, because that builds like into being an entrepreneur. You know what I mean? And you know, like I told them, like you're good at math, so let's do numbers, bro. So would you rather get paid this much to give 40 hours of your time, you know, or would you rather like you have this amount of units to sell, and every time you sell it, you get what? Let's just say $500. Either way,
yeah, for sure,
you're gonna push yourself more at this one.
Yeah, facts. You can push yourself all you want over there, but you're still gonna get the same shit, you know.
Yeah, and that's not like knocking anybody that's doing a 9 to 5,
yeah,
because
for sure.
people are doing 9 to 5 after like their professional degrees and stuff like that, you know. So that being said, it's like it's just really doing what you love, man. You know, like
if you love it, it doesn't matter what it is, right?
Yeah.
At the end of the day.
Yeah.
Even if you're not getting paid for it, if you're loving it, dog, just fucking do it, bro.
Like if you're really doing it, that to me that's like a success in my eyes. You know what I mean? And I got that from I don't know if you saw that time I sent you Earl Nightingale. This old dude, Earl Nightingale, and he had a book called this Strangest Secrets of Man, you know what I mean?
Okay.
And basically, like he talks about how like the mind really like is like the soil or the ground. Whatever you plant, it becomes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it doesn't care what you plant. It's like
it could be negative or positive.
Yeah, and but it's gonna come back to you. Yeah. So the whole what you reap what you sow. Shit is real, man. You know?
You're the captain of your own soul. At the end of the day. I don't know where I read that from. I think it's Think and Grow Rich.
And then like I'm feeling all these books here, man. Like
hell yeah.
Like you know, like you
all these are savage.
You could have a table full of racks, and that's amazing. That's blessed, you know. Like
facts.
Imagine seeing $1 million, but like yo, if you turn that $1 million came from these type of stuff, especially this. No, where is it? It's not
all of these motherfuckers could get that, bruh.
Where's the thing? Where's the thing? It was a Think and Grow Rich one. That like
right
there you go.
Lots
you know,
of success. It's just that's like an upgraded version of it.
Yeah, exactly. Man. And then you know these guys, they all fed off each other, bro. They all read each other's shit for sure.
No, a lot of the books they talk about like the same people most of the time. You know.
Yeah.
Henry Ford, I think his name is.
Yeah. Man.
Thomas Edison, all these people. You know, they all have the same things in common at the end of the day, like persistence, just keeping on.
Yeah, man.
Giving up.
Yeah, because like eventually, like I heard a quote from Denzel Washington one day that like he quoted from, it was like a motivational speech he was giving when he was at a graduation ceremony, and he said if you hang around the barbershop long enough, you might just get a haircut.
Yeah, it's true.
So it's like your break is gonna come, you know what I mean? And like me, I love seeing artists like in the city where it's like either they've been doing it for a long time, and then something just happened, or even somebody just coming up and then boom, something happens. It's because it's like you see like there's a birth of something that's gonna be bigger. You know what I mean?
100%.
And I feel that's what our city needs because like right now, like there's a lot of artists making noise. Both on the French side and the English side, but to crown somebody like, yo, when you say like, yo, you're from Montreal? Oh yeah, that rapper from, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We don't have that yet.
Like you say Toronto, Drake, right?
You know what I mean? So it's like
that stardom status, right?
Yeah. And then I feel like there's a lot of artists here. Like,
there's a lot of people that have potential.
That have potential, you know what I mean? As much as I want it to be like myself, every MC wants to be that. That's the goal, right?
You have to want that if you want to like get there, you know?
Yeah, man.
You won't get there if you don't think that way.
You gotta be hungry. You gotta move smart. You gotta move really smart, especially today, because whatever you do, like the media will eat you, and the internet is undefeated. The internet is undefeated. You know what I mean?
It's so true, though. Yo, they could fucking flip shit like this.
It's like
within a night, bro.
And they won't forget because like here, like I'll give you an example, like the whole Tory Lanez and Megan shit that happened, right? He's been quiet. He's been quiet the whole time. He hasn't said nothing. But like the internet is here. The minute like he comes back in the scene, the internet is gonna be like, yo, so why'd you shoot her in the foot, man? You know what I mean? Like, you think we're gonna just forget about that shit? You know, it's like
it's true though. It's true,
man. And then even all that, it's like it's not even funny because it's like, yo, bro, you if like allegedly if you actually did that, it's fucked up because how you gonna like first off, you never put your hands on a woman, and the fact that you shoot her in the foot, it's like, bro, it's like,
yeah, that's true though. You know? That's very true. What was I gonna say though? Your recent EP, Chapters?
Yes.
I fuck with that shit, bro.
Yes, yo, respect, dog.
100%, without a doubt.
Respect, dog.
I fuck with it. 60 plus, I think that's my favorite track.
That's your favorite? Like, a lot of people 100%. Came up to me, like, a lot of people came up to me saying, like, yo, this record's my favorite, this one's my favorite. Like, Pray For Me, like, that's the record where I thought was gonna do, like, the least, like, noise. But, like, people came up to me, like, yo, I'm really feeling that track, you know what I mean? They was feeling that record, damn, 60 plus. Watching Nobody, that's like for me, it sounded really like the outro to just give it like the mellow vibe. But I still feel like it's picking up, you know what I mean?
100%.
It's my first EP I just dropped. So like I'm humbled from
a
like
banger to say the least.
Yeah, respect, man. And I'm humbled from like the response I got from it, you know. And I'm not necessarily somebody that looks always at views and stuff like that, but like it's like, you know, when you get, like, if you're a big artist, right? Like, I was talking to my girl about this. Like, if you're a big artist and you're used to getting those millions of views, 10 million every video, it's like, and then you can't read through comments anymore.
Yeah, that's true. There's
you know what I mean?
many.
This process, the beginning of to where you're going is the most humble because you get to see people's real comments, bro. Like people real DMing you, like real people DMing you about
like the real love and shit.
The real love, bro. You know what I mean? Because when you get it to the top, there's a lot of fake shit.
Even when you're starting out, bro, you could start spotting those motherfuckers. Motherfuckers that ain't rocking with you, dog.
Yes, man.
100%.
It's like, you know, like there's a lot of like fake shit that like goes on in the music industry. And regardless if you're doing music or not, whatever you're doing, if you're an entrepreneur or you're solo doing your thing, like your surroundings, you're gonna see the people who are gonna be like with toxic energies of like jealousy, envy, instead of just being motivated and feeding off each other. You know what I mean?
Like helping everyone out, you know?
Yeah, and maybe and the thing is when they do that, it's not necessarily them, but it's subconsciously something inside them that's making them act that way. You know, because when you come from this, like if you're from the same area and he's like, how's he doing that, and I'm here doing my bum shit, you know what I mean? Just acting like a bum, like fuck that. For man. Sure. Like yo, we could all make it, man. If we really like, you know,
everyone has the chance.
Teamwork make the dream work. You know what I mean? So
it just comes down to applying yourself, just getting it done. You know, a lot of motherfuckers are gonna be like, oh, why am I not there? But like, I'm sure they're not putting in the work. You know? Yeah,
exactly. And the thing is, nobody's there right now. You know what I mean? Like it, like for real.
Where is there?
You know what I mean?
You know, like
it's like, in terms of like, if you're already doing it, you're a success in your own to your own self. You know what I mean? You got to do it first out of love. Yeah. You know what I mean? Out of love first. You know what I mean? Because if you don't have that in your craft, it's like,
what would motivate you?
You know, it's the same thing. Like yo, when I cook, bro, I always try to cook with like positive energy.
Bro, it tastes a lot better when you do that, bro. I swear to God.
Yes, bro.
Even when I make cookies, dog.
Yeah, man, because
it tastes a lot better.
man, because if you have that negative energy, you taste the food, it's like it's either salty or whatever.
Tastes like the devil, dog.
Tastes like shit, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no cat. That's crazy.
You know?
What was I gonna say? If you could go back 10 years, or however many years, bro, you could go back in time and give yourself one piece of advice, what would you give yourself? At any point in time in your life.
Do it now. Do it now.
Do what now?
Anything. Anything. Because it's like, if you procrastinate, that shit is like a drug, bro.
Yo,
you know what I mean? It's like...
It is.
You know, and then when you surround yourself with, like, it's two words that, like, that could fuck your shit up is fuck it and I'll do it later.
Yeah.
Like them words, like, yo, them phrases... Like, you're putting shit aside, nah, man. You gotta just do it now, bro. You know what I mean? And when I feel like because of me not doing certain things with music right away, I lost some years. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I can't like look back in the past and be like, shit, I should have. This is what it is now.
Yeah, you learn from it, right?
And like, you know, like the human lifespan, like we have like a lot of years left, bro. You know what I mean?
That's
like Gary Vee was saying, is like, yo, you're 30, you're 40, you're fucking young, you're a baby. You know what I mean? I feel that you should have certain, like, notches under your belt with certain things at that point. You know what I mean? Like, you, at least...
Like, once you hit a certain age.
Yeah, like, you can't be like, yo, 40 years old and like, yo, I don't have a driver's license. You know what I mean? Like, for me, that was my accomplishment at like 16, you know? It's like...
Facts.
And
it's true, though.
It's, you know?
There's some things you just got to get done in life, you know?
Yeah, man. Like, get it done. Sure. And when you get certain things done, you're going to see, man, life gives you other, like... There's levels to the shit, bro. Like, you know, when how many times, like, you finish, like, same thing with bills, bro. You pay one bill, that shit comes back like a roach, something else, and it's like, fuck.
Shit just keeps coming, bro. You know they don't ever stop.
And then the kids are there like, I'm hungry, and I'm like, damn. All right.
It's crazy, though.
But you gotta love every part of it, bro. You gotta love every part of the whole mud, man. Cause
everything. It's an experience, right?
You know?
Just gotta get through
everybody's a seed, bro, and everybody needs to just get a little dirt in the soil, and that's how you grow, bro. You know what I mean?
You gotta grow. If you're the same as you were like yesterday, doing something different. Yeah, you gotta do something different.
Like, I personally feel like I've grown as a person after like every morning I've been practicing where the first thing I feel is gratitude. Like just being grateful to be up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for
sure. Like there's been times where I wake up and I'm like, fuck, like I work overnights now, you know what I mean? So it's like, I come home, I'm trying to sleep, the kids wake up, and I'm like, I don't want to show them like my emotion that I'm mad, but sometimes it comes off like that.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, and it's just because it takes a toll on your body, but you always have to have like, you'll wake up, feel gratitude, and then you think about like, okay, what the fuck, what are the goals that I have to get done today? You know what I mean? So because at night you got to reflect back and be like, did I get shit done?
You definitely have to know what your plan is and what you're going to do throughout the day. You can't just be like, what am I doing now, you know?
Yeah.
What am I doing next? And just be kind of like clueless almost. You got to know what you're doing type shit.
Yeah, man. Just like waking up feeling like, and like just, I've been listening to a lot of like podcasts. Like, I remember you sent me a couple, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
and,
for sure.
Yo, respect on that, dog, because I was listening to, that's all I listen to, like even when I work out now. Yeah. I'm like, just stuff that really feeds your mind, man. You know, like, yo.
Like audiobooks, fucking speeches, anything, bro.
Yeah,
anything that just gives you something to, like, grab onto.
Because if somebody could tell you, like, yo, I was here, and look at me now, and then that place where they started here is a shittier place than where you're at,
yeah, bro.
Don't fucking say shit, bro.
Everyone,
just, you know what I mean?
Everyone, like, not everyone started the same, but everyone started as a baby, bro.
Yeah, everybody.
The same, like, knowledge, everything. So, like, you could be whoever the hell you want to be, bro.
Yeah, man.
You want to be the richest man in the world? Anyone could do it.
Yeah.
You just got to get to it.
Just say it and, you know, do your goals, man.
Yeah.
You know,
that's
like,
crazy.
You got to follow your goals. You got to follow your dreams. Like, there's a lot of people where, like, in certain places I've worked at, especially the old people, you know, like those old miserable people.
Yeah.
And they'll never tell you, but their face tells you that, like, fuck, man, like, I'm at this age in my life. I wasted all that working here, and I'm not even doing shit about my dream, bro. And that shit eats their soul, bro. Because, you know, you look in the mirror, and then you're like, you're not that young kid anymore. You're not that young dude anymore.
It goes by like this, too, huh?
Yeah, man.
For sure.
You know?
100%. Well, yo, I heard that if you go to an old folks home, a lot of motherfuckers in the old folks home are talking about things they regret.
Yes,
and
man.
Not doing and shit.
Yes, man.
You can't. You have to do whatever you want to do. If you die with a regret, it's gonna eat you, dog.
Yeah,
it's
man.
gonna eat you.
Like, yo, like me, I have so much on my bucket list. Like, I told my girl, I'm like, you think I'm gonna die without me skydiving? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I'd rather skydive than bungee jump, you know?
For real? At least bungee attached to some, bro. You know?
But if you're too close to the ground,
splat.
Nothing's pulling you back up, man.
Yeah, that's
gonna look like a bug, you know?
Skydiving must be pretty crazy though.
Yeah, man.
That's insane. I'm afraid of heights though.
Heights? Yo, like, you ever see those free running videos?
Like the parkour motherfuckers?
Yeah,
parkour?
I get anxiety, bro. I'm there, I'm like, this guy is gonna die, bro.
At the top of those motherfucking buildings, bro.
I'm like, yo,
some people get fucked up though.
But for real, that shit, like, I give props to them because that's their drug, right? Just the same way when we do music. It's like when you're like in the booth, solo or just writing alone, like at 2 to 4 in the morning, like you're in your element. Those guys are in their element, and like we might see it like everybody that's doing their thing and they sacrifice. People say, oh, yo, that guy's crazy. So that fact that they're doing that shit and you're like, yo, that's crazy. But like, yo, for them it's like the same feeling as a monkey on a tree or a squirrel on a tree, like second nature, bro. You know. Yeah. Maybe even first.
It's a crazy feeling once you get in that element and into that zone. Like when you put on a beat and you're like fully immersed in that shit.
Yeah.
And things are just coming up and you're just like,
I wrote that shit.
Like nothing else
came with that flow.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? And you always gotta come up like you gotta feel like you're the champion. You know. Yeah. Like I used to always
pump myself up before writing, bro. All the time, dog, 100%.
Yeah, man. Like even sometimes like what I do like before I write, like I'll play like a lot of like real bangers, bro, where the bass it bangs, you know what I mean? And then after that you get pumped, then you listen to the beat, you murder that shit, you know, and then like just to play with the words, you know, like it's a craft, bro. It's like a blueprint of something.
It is a craft.
You know?
You gotta work on it.
You know, and it's, I don't know if ever it happens to you, but like when you listen to the record after a certain amount of times after listening to it, then you think about the time where you wrote it at that moment at night or in the morning, wherever. You're like, shit, I came up with that shit, man. You know,
sure. Every time I listen to my music, I'm like, fuck, I said that.
It's something to be proud of, man.
Yeah,
you know,
100%.
like
That's you, bruh.
Yeah, even when you come up with visuals or whatever, it's like, it's really like, yo, like everything that came from my pocket, that came from my heart. That's my word. You know what I mean? Like,
it's
real
crazy,
shit,
though.
man.
Yeah, that's why I love it though. It's however you want to do it, you can do it.
Yeah. And you know it starts working when it's like you're getting messages from people that don't even know you. They're like, yo, I love your shit. Keep doing it. Yo, why didn't I hear from you before? And then you're like, what the fuck, man? Like, who are these people? But like, that's the reason why you do it. It's because you want to touch people, you know? And then you start to see like your views go up. You know what I mean? Like people really like liking your shit. And you know, the best promotion is like word of mouth, man. You know what I mean? And after a while, it's like I started to see that I was getting more love outside of the city a bit sometimes.
Yeah, for sure.
Than in my own. You know what I mean? Because I was like, damn, like, but it's like that anywhere. How many artists come in Montreal from the States? They get mad love. But the people in the city wasn't showing love to the people who opened up for them artists, you know? So
motherfuckers don't like
it's crab in the bucket.
They don't like it when people are doing good that they know.
Yeah.
They get like,
like me, like what I don't like personally, like in the city is I mean, like street shit is street shit, and you know, like the urban community obviously has like an influence in the hip hop culture, bro. It's like hip hop is represent yourself.
Yeah.
Where yourself is your hood, you know? So some neighborhoods are like, man, even though that's a hot record, they won't play your shit, you know? They're like, or they find out that's a guy from Montreal and I'm from Montreal too. I won't play that shit. That's fucking whack, bro. We gotta stop that shit, man. I really feel this. Like me, I feel like even though, like, let's say if I'm a guy in the West and I hear a guy like from Saint Michel, Montreal Nord, LaSalle, DG, what? Because like if I have problems with him or in that neighborhood, I'm not gonna bump his shit. If the record bumps, it bumps.
Yeah, it's a slapper, you know.
You gotta give respect where credit's due. You know what I mean? Like there's a lot of artists in Montreal that's fucking nice, but I feel like if we all came up like united
Yeah,
like
100%. Working together is definitely how you're gonna get it done.
Yeah, man.
Everyone pushing each other.
Yeah, man. You know what I mean?
Imagine how many people would just start popping, bro, if everyone just came together.
Yeah, and I see a lot of like, especially on the French side. The French side of like the hip hop industry in Montreal is really different from the English side, bro. You know what I mean? Like those guys are like, I'd say, in terms of making noise, they're there, man. You know what I mean? Because they have, like, we're in Quebec, right? So it's like
true. Lots of people listen to French music.
You know what I mean? And if you're from Montreal, like, you have no choice but to grow up with that, like, franglais, you know what I mean? And it's like, you just, the vibe is good, bro. You know what I mean? Like, these youngins are doing, like, a lot of nice things, man. You know what I mean?
For sure.
So,
what's your process when you're coming up with a track?
My process?
How do you start that?
Well, first, when I listen to the beat, the most important thing to me is, like, some people say it's the first 15 seconds, but
that's like me, no cap.
yeah. But me, I really like. I'll limit to it to 15 seconds, but it's the first 10 seconds to me. You know what I mean? Because, like, the melody or whatever, even before you start talking, bro, that's what catches people's ear.
That's true.
You know, that's why, like, with the record up right now, it's like when you hear that ding 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 ding.
I guess you're going.
And then you're like, what the fuck? It's like, okay, let me see what this guy's gonna say with this beat. You know. And I remember writing to that shit, and like normally that's not a flow that I usually like I go with, you know what I mean? But like because I was there, I'm like, yo, I needed to challenge myself.
Yeah, it's always good to try something different, right?
You know,
100%.
It was blessed, you know.
Do you like go in the booth and just freestyle, or you always write before?
Like I mix both. I'd say I used to like freestyling is an art that I want to like fall in love again because like I used to freestyle so much better in my like earlier career, but like now like I don't know, maybe it was a lot of the smoking weed or whatever, but like you be rapping and you're like you try to rhyme with something else, you're like damn I forgot. But my writing skill is really like painting for me, man. Like I'm really there. Like I listen to the beat and like just specific words. Every syllable counts too, man.
Yeah, it does.
You know what I mean? Like so.
Makes a difference.
Also, like when you write, there's certain times where you could take a pause, and just that one pause gives you that like you brush off your shoulder. You know, it's like yeah, okay, and then you go back on the beat again. It's like I always said that like like when you're an MC and before you go to when you go to the studio, right? Like your opponent is the beat. You know, so I would keep that mentality like I'm like
trying to kill him.
like I'm Mike Tyson or some shit, you know. So I'm there. I'm like and then how many takes you do is how many rounds it takes you to get through that beat. You know.
Okay.
So I told myself, I'm like, yo, when I get to that, like, like when you go to the studio, what's better, like when you know your shit by heart or where you still have to read off the phone? Because that's kind of like there's a difference like in
by heart for sure. I feel
you know, like you'll hear it too in the music. You know what I mean? Like, and I feel like there's sometimes I could hear myself. I'm like, yeah, that time I was reading. You know.
Yeah.
But yes, you're supposed to knock out that booth. You know, it's knock out that beat. You know.
Yeah, facts. Just repeat the song so many times that it's like you know even without the beat, bruh.
Yeah.
Type shit.
Like there's been times where like you know like let's say like I don't know like in studio sessions sometimes you have like 3 hours 4 hours but then you know you want to squeeze a good 2 hours and then you're like maybe could I do this beat that I didn't work on so much but okay whatever we'll record it anyway and then you see that I'm like you'll be there like wow man I'm taking too much takes on this one and you're like fuck you leave the booth you're like I got my ass whooped by the beat. And then you're like, I'm rematch next session, bro. I'm gonna fuck you up, bro.
I'm gonna fuck your ass up, bro.
Fuck you up, bro.
It has to be like that, though, Stuz.
Yeah, man.
Definitely gotta kill that shit.
Yeah, and you see every time you like go to the booth or you write, you just keep getting better and better.
Yeah,
and it's
you do
like,
though.
Yeah, man. You see your growth as an artist. Even like the years, your voice changes, bro.
Yeah, it does. When I maybe like a year and a half ago till now, my voice definitely changed.
Yeah. And you're like, man, this is like the second wave puberty or some shit.
Stage 2.
When you're like in your
second
20s,
evolution, dog.
you're in your 20s, you know.
That's hilarious. Still turned into the Pokemon, bro.
Oh man.
What'd you grow up like watching, dog? Like TV shows.
TV like shows.
Like what were you into as a child?
In terms of like anime, you know, like I grew up with Dragon Ball Z, you know, Dragon Ball Z for sure. In terms of shows, what else? Like The Simpsons, Family Guy. Family Guy was like later on,
Yeah.
but like
I had to sneak that shit, bro. When my parents were asleep.
yeah. What else is there? I used to watch a lot of Maury. I remember like, before school started, like you wake up like 6 in the morning or something, and then you wake up too early that you like sometimes you get to see like some fucked up shit on TV.
Yeah, the weird stuff.
And then
no cap.
Yo, bro. You see like these kids are more like you're there, you're still in elementary and these kids are like around your age. And then like you see the small kids saying, like, when my mom tells me to go to my room, I tell her, shut the fuck up. And I'm like, what the fuck?
I'm gonna try that.
Like or there's some girls that's there, she's like they'd be like, yeah, I had sex with like 5 guys. You know what I mean? And like, yo, she's a 13-year-old and you're like, fuck, man.
I don't think I've ever caught that show, like, but it sounds pretty funny though.
Like, it's fucked up. But then like, what was more fucked up is that like I was seeing this in the show, and then I'm like, yo, like in the hood, you grow up and you're like, sounds kind of normal, you know what I mean? But like the thing is, it's not normal in your home because, I mean, depending how your parents raised you, like, yo,
it all depends what you grew up in, right?
Like, yo, there's certain things like, yo, like in our culture, like the Filipino culture, you can't talk like that at all, bro. Like,
facts.
You'll die, bro. You know what I mean?
That's true. Yeah, I didn't swear much growing up either. My parents were against that motherfucking shit.
Oh man, that's my problem now. Like, even my mom tells me, she's like, yo, you cuss too much. I'm like,
my parents
fuck,
too, bro. Yo, to be honest though, it kind of comes with the rapping though. I feel like. Yeah. Like just like. Almost that culture, kind of.
There was a part of me before, bro, where I was like I didn't want to curse on rap. You know what I mean? Because like, and also I was still like living under my mom's roof, so she's like, she would tell me to go to church and stuff like that. And all right, let me try to do records without cursing. But then you're like, fuck that shit, man. Like if it really like, if you have to say fuck that shit.
That's how you
fuck
feeling,
that
you
shit.
know? Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Feeling fuck that shit.
You know what I mean? Like
just let it out.
There's a big difference between fuck that shit and forget that shit. You know, like fuck that, man. That shit. Like you gotta be you, man. You know what I mean? True. And like, and I would tell my moms, I'm like, yo, I'm not when I'm cursing on the track. It's not like I'm saying fuck you.
Yeah, it's not
I'm saying fuck that shit.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? Fuck, yo, that's gonna be a record right there. It's like fuck that shit.
Just name it fuck that shit.
Fuck that shit, man.
That's crazy. If you were to leave an impact on this world when you're gone, what would you like to leave?
What would I like to leave?
Yeah. Before? What would you like to leave behind when you're done with everything you have to do?
Something to be proud of, man. You know what I mean? Like you wanna. Like, that's why words are so important because, especially as an MC, yo, when you die, bro, your voice carries on. So whatever you say, if you say some ignorant shit, even when you're dead, people are gonna look at you like, what the fuck, man? Mm-hmm. So you want to be able to see then. And I honestly, like, I've had records like that where I'm like, I said certain things and I'm like, maybe later on I wasn't too proud of, but within that young moment in time of my career, I was just like, okay, maybe I said it, but then afterwards it's like, you know what? I'm wise now.
For sure.
I won't say things like that anymore. And like the music you got to do is really touch the people, impact the people, because at the end of the day, these are your peoples, bro. These are the ones who's gonna bring you up there.
Support
like you. Saying that's my guy. You know what I mean? And you want to leave behind something like a legacy where it's like you could tell your kids like, yo, look, man, like I did my dream. Don't tell me you can't fucking do yours, man. You know what I mean? Like
they gotta do theirs at that point, right?
Yeah. Like sure. I tell my son all the time, I'm like, yo, I don't want to see you working some 9-to-5 shit, man. You know what I mean? Like I want to see you do your own thing. Like you love cars, you love all this space shit. You know what I mean? Do your thing, man. You know?
Yeah. Because when you're working for someone, at the end of the day, you're building them, right?
Yeah. You know what I mean?
So like, it's a lot better to just build yourself.
That's why
it takes a lot longer, but
when I
you'll get there.
That's why I feel like in terms of when I get my certain status of a higher platform, I'm gonna use it to build entrepreneurs, bro. You know what I mean? Like I want to like build like an entrepreneur type of facility where like all great types of minds are like just fucking feeding off each other's energy, bro. And then you come out with like so many ideas. Yo, everything starts off with an idea, bro. When you look at that car, just think that like somebody designed it, somebody thought about like this shit should have 4 fucking wheels. You know what I mean?
So it goes all the way back to where we fucking evolved.
Yeah,
bro.
man. Like
just an idea, bro. Grab this stick, sharpen that bitch. You know, it just popped up in his mind, dog, and he just went with it.
Trust me, bro. Like the first car they ever made, the guy was there like.
How do you even the first cars even work, bro? It was a gas.
Yo, he was like this, and then looking at the guys with the horse, like, fuck off.
Imagine being that dude, though. That's crazy.
Yeah, man, and that's what hip hop is, bro. It's like you always take something, you remix it. Like, look at technology, bro. Soon, I feel like phones are it's just gonna be, yo, Dev, what's good, man?
Yeah, that'd be crazy,
you know what I mean?
bro.
It's gonna be like that. It's gonna be all
crazy.
that. If they could like have artists come back from the dead in like a holographic type shit, you know, like when I saw Tupac holographic, where
I was gonna say I've seen like concerts with holographic people before. That's pretty crazy.
It's crazy. It's gonna touch the people that was close to him. Because imagine that. It's like, yo, imagine you see your boy. It's like, fuck, it's him, but
a hologram.
Yeah, hologram, man.
Yeah,
you know?
The future's gonna be crazy though. You think anything like? What do you think is the worst that's gonna happen?
I think that unfortunately, like even though as much as COVID is fucked up, like COVID-19 is fucked up, coronavirus is fucked up, like as humans we always go through fucked up shit. Already the world is fucked up with the whole ignorance, with racism and police brutality. And now like at the same time while the COVID is still going on, bro. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's like we have to do better as people, you know, and like like there's so much shit that like at 2020 I thought as a kid that I'm like, yo, hopefully we wouldn't have that anymore, bro. Like I'm raising biracial kids, bro, and I don't want it to be where like their background or their skin color is gonna have them get in trouble with the law or whatever, or make them not have opportunities in their field of whatever they choose. You know, it's like the world is fucked up. So I personally think it's just gonna. This place is designed to just keep getting worse and worse, bro. It's how we adapt. So? It's just how we adapt to it, man. Whatever like we go through, like all the stuff we build, bro. Like, well, we've been talking about rides, right? Like cars. That shit causes pollution, bro. So already what we create, what goes in the air already starts to fuck us up. Yeah. You know what I mean? Slowly but surely, man. It's really how we adapt and what we do to things to solve that, you know?
Yeah. Definitely need a change, that's for sure.
Yeah, man.
Or else it's just gonna keep going that way and just keep going.
Yeah, man. And you like the world can't go like that, bro. That's why it's like that's why music is a powerful tool where it's like whatever you say, like people will listen and be like, shit, man, this guy's. And if you have that following, bro, you could change the world, bro. You know what I mean? Like,
it's true.
You can change the world, man. And that's one thing I told like my son. I'm like when you grow up, like I feel like our generation, like is gonna give you the tools to change this world, but you guys are the ones who's gonna change the world. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, because
at the end they're gonna be all grown up when we're gone, right?
Yeah, man. And then you want to see that it's like you don't want to hear you don't want to hear ever like about police brutality and like not. You know like just how like it's just not right what they're doing to black people, especially in the States, especially here in Canada too. Like to say that there's no
everywhere, man.
Say there's no systematic racism anywhere is fucking bullshit, because they designed it like that. You know, they're the ones who fucking designed it like that. And I don't want to see like in 2030. 2040. I don't want to see it in 2021, like anymore, like seeing this type of shit. Like that guy, Jacob Blake, bro. Imagine, this guy got shot 7 times in the back in front of his kids, bro. Yeah. Like, how do you feel as a police officer? Like, you really feel that you did your fucking job by shooting this guy in his back shooting this guy in the back in front of his kids, bro? Like, you're a piece of shit,
You know how many lives you ruined, bro?
Yeah, man. Like that guy's a father, a brother, an uncle. You know what I mean? Like a son. You know what I mean? Like it's like, and it's sad to say, but this is like, I hope like, you want this to be the last, but with the way we're going, it's like, but you know what? Eventually, man, unfortunately what's going to happen, I feel there could be a civil war where it's like enough's enough. and then you're just gonna strike back, bro. You know what I mean?
Like, the government,
bro, what the fuck do you expect, bro? You keep pushing somebody in the corner, you know, with his hands tied. You keep slapping somebody with their hands tied. The minute that person breaks free, he's gonna fuck you up, bro. He should have fucked you up a long time ago, man. You know, but that's what it is, man.
Yeah. Everyone needs to love each other, bro. At the end of the day, man. Just like,
yeah, man.
Like, no matter who they are, bro, just everyone should be one. Bro.
Trust me, man. Like,
we're all living here together, bro. Like, why not make it the best for all of us?
Yeah, well, that's why, like, you know? Especially MTL being a multicultural place, like Realcity is different, bro. It's different around here because it's like we're so multicultural. Then you go out in the city, sometimes you get a little vibe of like the New York metropolitan area. Then you get a vibe of Europe up in here. It's like, yo, there's so many different types of people, and like we speak French, English, whatever, X, Y, Z. You know what I mean? And you just gotta unify around here, man. You know what I mean? Oh, fuck all that hate shit, bro. Like, love overpowers everything and gives you more power, man. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, especially for, like, let's say, I'll give you an example for up and coming artists, bro. Like, yo, anybody that knows you or whatever, to a certain extent, all they gotta do is take 2 seconds and just like listen to your shit. Yeah, first off, listen to your shit, or like if they really fuck with you, like share your shit, man. Like me, I
put it on to see if you fuck with it. You know
what I mean? Like me, I like in terms of what every time somebody is doing like entrepreneurship or somebody I know is doing their thing that they love, I'll promote that shit. Yo, you got a fucking business of like what, like a pressure washer job? Yo, I'll promote your fucking biz, bro. You know why? Because I got love for you, bro, and you're doing your thing, bro. You know, it's not like if I promote something at McDonald's, for me, I don't give a fuck about that shit. I want to promote somebody that's there, like in the hood in the back, like, yo, I'm cooking 12 burgers today. Who want to fucking be like, yo, bro, get a plate, bro.
Yeah, facts.
You know what I mean? Like,
without a doubt.
Stop giving money to corporate, bro.
Yeah, bro.
You know what I mean?
The universe has a weird way of giving back.
Yeah, man.
Like if you're giving like all this positive, good energy, all this love, it's definitely gonna give it back.
Yeah,
in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah, man.
If you just keep at it.
And give love without expecting anything in return, bro. You know what I mean? When you do it that way, it's like, yo, man.
You're doing it out of like
the universe sees it.
You know?
Yeah, man. And it's like it's all out of like humility, like just like, yo, I fuck with your shit, bro. You know what I mean? Like that's why like when I would like share your shit, it's like, yo, listen to the kid, bro.
Yeah, 100%.
Listen to the kid, man. I'm telling you, the kid got bars, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. That's how, yo, if everyone did that, bro, it'd be a lot better place.
You know, man. And then, like, I've seen some guys where, like, I like testing some guys out, like, that I know to see if they fuck with music, bro. And there was one time where, like, I played their record, and then maybe it was, I think it was Experience. And at first, like, he's like, oh, I don't know about this beat. I'm like, nah, man, fucking listen. Listen, bro. Fucking listen, bro. And then after that, like, he's like, okay, all right, yeah, the kid is nice. I'm like, and then right then and there, it's like, you need people out there to, like, convince other people to, like, yo, fucking listen to this shit for a second, bro. You know what I mean? And that's out of love, bro. You know what I mean? Because it's like when you see certain people trying to make it, and then you see the potential, because it's like, you know when you see a big tree, you never seen how it was when it was a fucking seed, bro. Yeah. But you have to see the big ass tree while the person's a seed, bro, because you know what the stuff that's gonna happen. Yeah, you know, true. And you gotta just wish good for people. You know what
motherfuckers I mean? Only just see that tree, like the end result. They're like, he got lucky. He got lucky. Nah, man. There's a lot behind that, you know.
You know, like there's
get to that point.
There was a video I saw on Instagram. This guy named Grant Cardone, I think. I don't know if you know Grant Cardone, but like he's an entrepreneur too, and he came out like like what do you call it? I don't know if it was a Maserati, but one of like them like luxurious sports cars, you know. And then he said, "Yeah, you see me in this ride or whatever." Like, and this isn't like, don't quote me on this, but it's like along these words, along these words. I mean, he's like, people see you like in a nice ride and everything, but they don't see like all the fucking hard work. They don't see all the times you wanted to get out of your, like, didn't want to get out of your bed. They don't see the times where you wanted to be at home with your kids, but you're still fucking grinding and shit. Nice. And if you want to get these things, that's what you got to do, bro. There's nobody that's there, nobody who like just like worked a regular 9 to 5, became a fucking millionaire until they decided, I'm going to do my own fucking thing. You know what I mean? And it doesn't matter what age you get it, bro.
It could be at any age, bro.
You know, it could be at any fucking age, bro.
Yeah, I know the dude that invented KFC. I think he was like 50 plus or something. 60 plus, as a matter of fact.
Colonel Sanders.
Yeah.
Yo, imagine that, bro. Like, it's like, yo, fuck, I'm grinding my whole life. I'm 50. Let me make some fried chicken.
I know he was
this is finger licking good. Bingo. Light bulb.
Yeah, bro.
KFC. Millions.
Bro, once you just like keep on that thing and just keep working, you just start getting like a bunch of different crazy ideas to just like branch off and like make this big ass web, you know?
Yeah, man.
And it'll just keep expanding and growing
and I feel
until
like
you stop.
I feel like whatever you put out there, whatever you create, opens other doors for certain other opportunities, man. That's why you see like in the industry, so many like artists, people approach them afterwards like, hey, do you ever think about like acting or vice versa? You know what I mean? It's like there's so many opportunities out there, man.
Are you trying to act one day?
I don't know if I could like act or whatever, but I would give it a shot if it came.
Yeah, why not?
You know what I mean? Like if it's another form of art, you know.
It's
so
true.
like in some of the best movies, like you know when you're watching something and you're like, fuck, this guy is really that guy, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I love watching Goodfellas, bro. And you see like Robert De Niro just looking at you, smoking a cigarette and then just ashing it as he's lighting up another one. He's like, I'm gonna fuck this guy, bro. You know what I mean?
Yo, they're actually thinking that though.
They
like,
think
to get into that role, you have to be that motherfucker, you know?
Yeah, like there's a lot
crazy.
of actors out there. I don't know if I think it was Harrison Ford and Leonardo DiCaprio. I'm gonna go with Harrison Ford, but I think no, Johnny Depp. I think it was him. I'm not sure, but these guys, when they would do a movie, they would not watch them. Like when they would finish the whole acting scene and everything, they never watched the movie, bro. So they could preserve their skill in terms of going to another character, like recreating another character with themselves in another movie. And then I started to tell myself, I'm like, yo, fuck that. I'm gonna do that with my records, bro.
I was right about to say that. Like, could that relate?
Yeah, man. Like, a lot of guys do that shit too, man. You know what I mean? Like, well, a lot of rappers say that. Like, I remember Lil Wayne says, I don't like hearing my shit. You know what I mean? I saw him in an interview say that. Like, you know, like you don't want to. Like, it's cool to bump your shit, but I feel like if you just
I've listened to my shit way too many times now, you know.
And you won't grow as an artist if you just play the same record that you have for yourself. Like let your fans do that shit. You know what I mean? The universe will take care of that shit where it's gonna repeat itself over and over again. You gotta just create, man.
So before we end it off, dog, tell the motherfuckers watching what you got coming up, bruh.
Yo.
Anything special? Anything in the vault?
Honestly, I feel like dropping another EP before the end of the year, so we'll see about that. You know what I mean? Like, stay tuned. Follow me on IG at Realcity Paco, YouTube Realcity Paco. You know, and much love to everybody that's been supporting me since the beginning. And stay tuned because there's a lot of projects coming up, man. You know what I mean? Like this here, the first episode here in the universe.
Hell yeah!
Like you'll see, like this is not the first time you're gonna see me and Dev in the camera like this with you, you know. So it's something special to me, man. And I appreciate everybody like that tuned in and keep sharing that, you know. So much love. Much love for showing up, dog. I appreciate it. Yo, respect, dog. 100%. And to all you motherfuckers watching, till next time.
Shit is atomic, shit is the strongest, you got a target. This ain't a conflict, this is your business, it's street economics. Shit is demonic, suckers don't want it, my shit is melodic. I buzz like a convict, run off the block like you Sonic, and slam like you Onyx. You know that the man them don't play. Try to get hundreds to live in abundance and make sure the family is safe. See, we gon' take risk every day. Tryna catch me, man, I get away. Never saw me, so please look away. And that's me till the end of my days. They hate it when you up, but they love when you down. See, man, I'm pissed cause we up right now. It was your time then, but it's my time now.